What up everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm down here at Nick's. Sometimes I like to do some outside fab work like you seen in the last video. And this Fox body needs
more power, baby! Yeah!
This turbo. It's already got a hot side set up on it, so we just have to build from here into the turbo, and then the exhaust has to go out and the intake has to... There's a couple things to do. But look how friggin' clean this car is. Oh, I hate what I'm doing right now. I cut 2 holes in the nice bodywork here, and that's what we're doing to make a place to place the turbo in this piece. So I tried to follow the body lines this way, and we're gonna do nice little circle cuts just to try and make it look as good as a cut in the side can be. So I'm trying to design a Maven mount without disrupting like all this nice sheet metal in here. So in order to mount this, you can put tubes in the end of it and mount it to the frame rail or something else. I wanted to keep all the sheet metal. I didn't want to start drilling through all this stuff. So we've got this piece of flat plate that I'm gonna cut off here, and we're gonna bolt that to the frame rail down there. And then I've got 2 pieces here to capture the Maven mount. They still need to be cleaned up, but they're gonna capture it like this. One like that, and then another one in front like that, and they're gonna weld to that plate, and that plate's gonna bolt to the frame rail and capture the Maven mount, so that's what's gonna support the turbo. So I'm telling you right now, the hardest part of any turbo build is just mounting the turbo. This is what I built. I built 2 little brackets that go down, come up, support the turbo on this Maven mount. We have to drill a hole in the frame now for the oil return to go down through the frame. And then I think if I can do it, I'm gonna put the bolts on the inside of the plates right here and then cut off the outsides just to make it look super clean. But I spent a little bit extra time mounting the turbo with a good solid spot and trying to make it so we save the paint. Yeah, that should work perfect. I'll just have to drill some holes through the frame rails and fully weld that up. And there's the turbo mounted. We have to make a little bit of like an S pipe right here to get up to the intake, and then the exhaust is actually going out the side right here. Really nice setup. Like, I love how smooth the engine bay is. It's a real shame that I had to cut this piece out, and I actually cut it out to follow the body lines. It'll just give you a little bit of working room when you try and get the V-band and stuff off. And now that the turbo is all fancy mounted, we get to start working on the hot side pipe, which it has these hooker manifolds on it, and they will exit right there, come underneath the frame rail, and then up into the exhaust side. So got this 90 to go down under the frame rail, and then a 90 to go into there. Off our billet flange, we have this pipe coming through the bottom, and now just to build this little dicky-doo right here, the one thing is this has to come up and then in. Also, pro tip, and I didn't know this, but you can put pool noodles inside of like your piping, and then that you can rotate the piping on the pool noodles to like kind of line it up. Didn't know that. Nick told me it. Dang. I left this one untack welded, so when I weld up these ones right here, any shrinkage in the pipe, I can adjust it with this last little pie cut piece right there. But it just goes down here, up underneath into the turbine. Simple and easy. Starting on the downpipe now. I've literally been so nonstop that I keep forgetting to video, because videoing is like what I do now, and I'm so lost in just building this project right now. Is the whole entire exhaust. This connects to the turbo. We gotta weld that flange on right there. It's got 1 muffler here. I mean, technically it's got a 2nd muffler here, but that's 1 muffler. And that is definitely the longest muffler we can get in this thing. And this comes off the turbo, S is down, and I put the perfect hole saw in here. I even like got the 2nd hole saw that it follows the contour of the pipe. I'm getting real good at this. I'm like a semi-professional amateur. Doesn't make sense, but okay. Also, Nick's welder is like way nicer than mine and way more quiet. So if anybody wants to like give me one of these, I won't say no. For some reason, this Lincoln helmet has like a white lens in it. And the white lens is so much more tits than the green lens. You can like see way more with the white lens, and I'm like, oh, this is different. So like getting used to his welding setup versus my own is a little bit of frigging around, but I like this unit. It's really nice. And it's really quiet. Listen to it. Let me plug it in. The lathe is plugged in right now. I'm gonna turn it on. See? So quiet. It's not on yet. Give it a second. That's it. It's running. Compared to mine, where if I can find the sound clip of it, I'll insert it here and it sounds like a friggin' snowblower on steroids. Purge plugs? Nick is way more fancy than I am. Ain't it fancy? My favorite part is having to like dive under the car like 6 or 7 times, adjusting the angles just to make sure it's perfect. Beep beep, I'm a Jeep. There it is. That's about to make some nice whooshy sounds. That is literally the definition of a penis magnet right there. Now, like Hanny Montani once said, we get the best of both worlds. We have a Motion Raceworks thingamajigger for like the elbow thingamajigs. And then we have a 60mm Black Sheep Industries Wastegate, which is the best. And I'm not just saying that because I'm part of their company, I'm just saying that because they're the best. These are the best quality at the best price point in a wastegate that you could ever ask for. Turbo John is running 2 of these things. These are 60mm. BlackSheepIndustries.ca. Go check it out. And code word Boosted Lifestyle actually gets you a discount. Now we just gotta find a spot to put it. And I can't let it get hurt, so I Haggard taped it up. Probably could have did it better than that, huh? Kind of looks like an ice cream cone. Maybe I'm just hungry. I have to admit, those Motion flanges, they're actually really nice. That is about the only place that the wastegate will fit comfortably because the downpipe is right here. And here it is. Time to connect this side to this side with a long snake hose. We're just gonna use that corrugated dryer hose. It'll work perfect. It'll be like 3 seconds. Now the plan for the intercooler piping, and the intercooler is actually in the intake manifold. This is a sheer fab intake. It is actually one of the nicest intakes I've ever seen in my entire life, and I wish I could have one, but they're really expensive and I cannot. We're gonna go underneath this pipe like this, across, and then come up, and we have to go from 3" to 4" because that's what the throttle body is. But that is the best, cleanest routing we can come up with without having to like destroy any body work or anything like that. Now, one thing I did consider that I haven't mentioned was clocking the turbo the other way. The only problem with clocking the turbo this way and having it face forward like this and then have the outlet just come straight over and up, which would have been awesome, was you would have to destroy all of this area right here to run the downpipe like this way and out, because right here in this one, these are the fittings for the air-to-water intercooler, so you couldn't go out right here, and you couldn't go back because you can't really get past all the stuff that this manifold covers. In an ideal world, it would have been nice to turn this one sideways like this, have the outlet just come straight up into the throttle body, and then have the exhaust run along this area right here, cut a hole like here, out through the fender. I'm personally more of a fan of the like lower fender dump in the front here. I just find it looks a lot better and cleaner instead of like up here at crotch height. So this is where we ended up, and you know what? It's not looking bad really. Like, you can't tell that the hot side's already done. It's just clean and underneath there. Okay, Nick's welder welds way more better or fun than mine. It has like way more control, and I can't tell if it's the welder or maybe it's this white lens, but I feel like I can control the puddle a lot better. Well, here's our charge piping. It does go from 3 over here, and then we made 2 billet adapter pieces here. So it goes from 3 to 3.5, and then 4 into the flange here. Super neat and tucked away. Like I said, I just like building turbo kits, man. It's one of the more fun things to do. I was a little bit slower because it's not my tools, not my shop, but it came out all right, I think. All right, that's it. I'm out. I'm leaving Nick. We're in the Beetle with the little dingly balls here. Yeah, occasionally we take on some side work at Black Sheep, but Nick was just swamped with between getting orders out and doing other things, so I took the reins on this project. I let Nick go do his thing wherever he needed to do it. But yeah, occasionally we take on other side work, so if you're local, just hit us up. Sometimes we'll do side fab projects if we got time, and I really enjoy building turbo kits. Like, I really do, genuinely. So I'll get home and we can build my turbo kit too. I forgot this Beetle doesn't have AC, and it's literally like a glass greenhouse in here. I'm sweating. His balls are sweaty. Knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his balls already because they're sweaty. I know that sounded exactly the same, so don't copyright me, please.